We welcome you live to the Mustang Corral at Edgewood High School here in Ellisville, Indiana, where tonight the Sullivan Golden Arrows are in town to take on the Edgewood Mustangs. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball on Smithville TV, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to all of you. I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday, and Quinn, Sullivan comes in 5-0 and ranked 14th in Class 3A.
Yeah, Edgewood is going to have a really hard time tonight against a really good Sullivan club, as you mentioned, undefeated. And there's been a couple of easy matches in there, but have also been tested a little bit, so it isn't like it's a team that is gotten these all off of cupcakes or anything like that.
No, Edgewood comes in 4-3. They lost last Friday to Indian Creek, 63-55 on the road. So this is a bounce-back game for J.B. Neal's team. Both these teams next week in the Wabash Valley Classic at Terre Haute North. We will talk about their matchups later on in the broadcast. But Edgewood just looking to just bounce back after a tough loss, a division loss against an Indian Creek team who hit 10 threes in the game, and Edgewood just couldn't get over the hump.
It's definitely a quick turnaround, but definitely look for Edgewood now back home to be able to try to get their mojo back.
3-1 at home this season. Their only loss came to Martinsville, 56-41 here on November 25th. Home wins against Cloverdale, Greenwood Christian, and Cascade, as we are going to honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Mr. Aaron Wells, our national anthem.
As a great job by the Edgewood Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Aaron Wells. Now time for the starting lineups. First for Sullivan, they will start with Kevin Figg, a 6'2 sophomore wearing number 35, averages 12.6 a game. At the other forward, Jackson Shake, 6'3 sophomore, averages 4.2 points a game. At guard, number 3 is Ty Drake, 18 points a game. Number 14 is Shane Garner, 5'8 junior, 6 points a game. 22 is Sam Steimel. He is 6 foot junior, 7 points a game. For Jeff Moore, who just picked up career number, win number 400 and 241 in 28 years at the school. 8 sectional championships with 3 regional championships, 18 winning seasons in the last 24 years. As you see the Mustang lineup, it is number 14, Trevor Taylor, 6'2 freshman, Cam Bannister, 6'1 junior at the other guard, Joe Keto, 5'7 junior, Jace Collier, 6'4 senior, wears 22, and 24, Chayton Howard, the 6'6 senior for J.B. Neal, 20 and 13 in his second year at Edgewood, 96 and 76, and 8 years overall, 5 winning seasons as a coach. Edgewood last year, 16 and 10 Western Indiana Conference Championships. Edgewood put Sullivan out last year in the sectional semifinals, 46-42. Edgewood then went on to fall to Northview the next night in the sectional championship game. Our officials, Shannon Bunger, Randy Fry, and Brad Flynn. Sullivan in the purple, Edgewood in the white. We are underway here from the Mustang Corral, and Edgewood controls the tip. Trevor Taylor, Cam Bannister. That's out. Last deflected out of bounds by Sam Steimel, and it will be Sullivan ball. As it's Ben Pirtle gets the start. I said Jackson Shake. It's actually a 4-guard lineup for Sullivan. Ben Pirtle at the other forward for the Golden Arrows. There's a 3 on the way for Trevor Taylor. It's no good. Tipped up by Chayton Howard into the hands of Joe Quito. Howard gonna fire a 3, and it's good.
I think every single Edgewood game we've done so far has started with a Chayton Howard 3, I think.
Hey, they love, Chayton Howard's a kid that coming into tonight, and that is Trevor Taylor's first foul. But Chayton Howard comes into tonight. He's hit his 10th 3 of the season. So the foul on Trevor Taylor, his first, team's first. But hey, that's the way you start with a 3. Now you see the pressure by the Golden Arrows, or by the Mustangs, as that is Ty Drake. That is Ben Pirtle. Ty Drake, 6'3", 3 on the way for Shane Garner is good. So tied up here at 3. We knew this is going to be a very tough matchup for Edgewood. 56.6 a game they average. Sullivan averages 64.4. Defensively, Edgewood gives up 56.4. Sullivan 50 points. As you see, a stolen away by Steimel. Nice pass back to Steimel. Blocked into the hands. Last touched by Sullivan. Be Edgewood ball.
That was an excellent job. First of all, it was an excellent backward pass from Sullivan because they were not going to make that layup attempt. And then excellent job recovering to be able to block it.
As you see Caleb Norris into the game wearing number 34, kind of the 6th man. He was the 6th man last year for Edgewood, plays that 6th-man role this year as well. Trevor Taylor for 3, and he hits it.
The freshman sensation making himself known early here in this game. Shot the first shot of the game. Didn't quite make it, but it led to a Chayton Howard 3-pointer, and right there he gets a 3 of his own.
Averages 17 points a game, his 15th 3 on the season. Edgewood 41 for 144 coming into tonight, just 28% from downtown, but they've hit 2 so far. So a 6-3 lead. Sullivan gonna reset. There is Shane Garner, Ben Pirtle, Sam Steimel. 35 is Kevin Figg. Passing it out. 3 on the way, Shane Garner, and he hits it. His second 3. Good job by Sullivan to make that extra pass.
Yeah, and they cannot leave him open like that. Trying to rotate over, left him wide open.
Left him wide open. Good job by the Golden Arrows to make the extra pass. Taylor gonna fire another 3, this time short. Rebound, Bannister puts up a quick shot, no good, and an offensive board for Trevor Taylor. Taylor's thought about it, he'll pull it back out. Bannister to Quito. As you see, Sullivan always got 2 guys going to the ball. To Taylor, back to Quito. He's gonna fire a 3, and it's good for Joe Quito. All 3-pointers in this game so far. Edgewood 3, Sullivan has 2, and now a turnover by the Golden Arrows.
That Patented Edgewood pressure.
Patented Edgewood pressure indeed, as Keto inbounds it to Howard. Taylor, guarded by Ty Drake. Dribble handoff to Keto, back to Taylor. Taylor gets stripped. Who touched it last? Officials discussing it remains Edgewood ball. Shane Garner thought he had Taylor pickpocketed clean, but the officials say otherwise. Keto into the corner to Taylor. Taylor baseline. Keto gonna fire another three, this time off the mark and into the hands of Ty Drake. Here comes Drake, 6'3". Handles the ball pretty well. Steimel, he's gonna fire a three. Norris late in the closeout. No good, rebound by Howard. There is Taylor. Back to Howard. Taylor gonna leave him open for three. No good, Steimel with the board.
This is also, hopefully, for Edgewood, this doesn't cause a diminishing returns where they've had so much success for three early that they just continuously fire up three-pointers and don't look for the inside shot.
No, they're a team. I mean, I don't think this is they're going to go to. They're not going to settle for all threes. I think they will get the ball inside. It's just the three was working early on for them. Steimel gets it back, guarded by Howard. He thought about it. Now he's going to fire it. In and out. Rebounded Trevor Taylor. Up ahead, Chastain Howard. Back to Taylor. Going to drive it. Gets it to Keto. Extra pass. Bannister for three on the wing, and it's good. 12-6 lead. 4 threes for Edgewood so far.
I mean, if you're going to pack the paint, might as well continue shooting threes.
Working so far for Edgewood. Everybody but Jace Collier and Caleb Norris have scored for the Mustangs. Of course, the JV team blew out Sullivan 64-28 earlier tonight. Varsity hoping for the same. There is Ty Drake. Fakes Bannister out, now gets to the jumper. Nice job by Ty Drake with that bucket.
I knew we were in a three-point revolution, but I never thought that we would go 6 minutes and, 6 baskets without getting before our first 2-point basket.
Yeah, the first two of the basket by of the night by Ty Drake. Now we're going to see Ike Chastain come in. He's 6'5" and a junior, and Curtis Cowden will come in, 6-foot senior for Edgewood. He's going to replace Bannister. So a 12-8 lead by Edgewood. Under 2 minutes to go. Fast first quarter. Nice pass from Taylor to Norris. And Norris gets his first two in the first 2-point shot of the game. Basket for the Mustangs. Very fast game. Paced first quarter. Garner with it to Steimel. Pass inside is no good. Rebounded by Norris. Keto, Taylor's going to fire a three and is in and out. Rebounded by Chastain. Now the three on the way by Garner and misses everything, and Taylor with the board. Taylor. Norris in the lane, no good. Rebounded into the hands of Howard. Approaching a minute to go. Mustangs in control. Keto behind his back, gets it to Norris, to Taylor. Norris sets the screen, pick and roll. Norris inside for the easy bucket. His fourth. 8-point lead for Edgewood.
And that's what's going to matter, is that this early three-point barrage is going to lead to post shots like that one.
Tough shot by Fig. Is going to be a foul on Sullivan as the smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound.
Personal foul number 35, Fig.
And that is the first on Fig. Parker Harrington is now into the game. He wears number 40. And Ben Pirtle back in for Sullivan. Steimel will go out. So Keto's going to slow it up, bring it up the floor. Sullivan goes 7 deep, Edgewood 8 or 9. They've gone 8 deep so far. This is Keto. Taylor back to Keto. Cowden. Harrington going to fire a deep 3 on the wing and nails it. As Edgewood's going to go into the first, up 19-8. Mustangs on top on Smithville TV.
Commercial Service is celebrating 70 years as the largest, most trusted heating and air conditioning company in southern Indiana. With Commercial Service and Train's special financing rates, you can afford to have the best. But hurry, this is a limited time offer. Preventative maintenance programs reduce repair and utility bills. Also, get your 15% off coupon at commercialservice.com. After a merger with R&S Plumbing, Commercial Service is now Southern Indiana's most trusted plumbing company. 24 hours, 7 days a week. For more information, visit commercialservice.com.
Welcome back to the Mustang Corral here at Edgewood High School. Edgewood up 19-8 on the Golden Arrows of Sullivan. As we're glad you could join us, a little pre-Christmas basketball here on Smithville TV. I'm Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday. And Quinn, for the 6th time in this season, the Mustangs are on top after the first quarter, and it's thanks to 5 3-pointers in that first half by 4 different guys.
Yeah, the long ball was flying. The last one by Parker Harrington, which we talked a little bit about doing the JV game, he got moved up permanently to the varsity very recently, and rewarding Coach Neal right away with that huge 3.
Yeah, rewarding Neal, and there's a steal, and there's Trevor Taylor. He's going to take it himself for the bucket. He had Keto up ahead, but he decided to take it himself, and now the other way, and Ike Chastain scores as he was left all alone, kind of cherry-picked.
That's what I was going to say. Chastain did the classic cherry pick.
So his first 2 of the night. 21-10, Edgewood on top. There is Taylor, guarded by Pirtle. Taylor to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Fig. Here is Ty Drake. This is Garner, number 14. Ty Drake, number 3.
Drake averaging 18 points, only had 2 in that first quarter.
Yeah, Garner leads the way tonight with 6. Chastain the other 2. Drake's going to fire a 3 over Harrington. Off the mark, rebounded by Keto. And then Ben Pirtle falls to the ground as Keto brings it up. Norris gets it back to Keto. To Bannister. To Taylor in the corner. Harrington, another 3, in and out. Rebounded by Ike Chastain. There is Garner. As Drake gets it to Garner. Fig, double teamed. Garner, extra pass, Pirtle left wide open. Harrington and Fig fly out of bounds, and no call by the official. Officials getting together who touched it last, and it will be Edgewood ball. Tate Balcom is going to check in. Chayton Howard's going to check in. Harrington and Keto going out. Now we're going to see Jackson Shake check in for Sullivan. He wears number 40. Sullivan only has 10 guys on their varsity roster, normally play 7 deep. The guys that have been in for Sullivan have played all 5 games so far coming into tonight. So there is Bannister. Gets it to Norris, baseline, then Norris, it's going to be a foul on the Golden Arrows as Norris was dangerously close to the out-of-bounds line.
Only the 3rd total foul by combined team, by both teams.
Well, when you're hitting, when you've combined to hit 8 3-pointers in the game. It's been a pretty clean game so far. Tate Balcom into the game for Edgewood. He wears number 4. Chayton Howard gonna get it back to Bannister. Bannister missed Balcom on the cut to the basket. Bannister has it. Gets around the screen and gets the jumper to go. Cam Bannister has 5. Now you're going to see the Edgewood pressure. Steimel gets it up ahead to Pirtle. There is Ike Chastain to Steimel. Ty Drake. Ben Pirtle. There is Steimel. Again, it looks like Sullivan's trying to get in the offense, get rhythm. But again, this is what Edgewood does. They speed teams up. But they're gonna rely right now on the defense.
And the longer that Sullivan is down by double digits, the more that they're going to start thinking of, at least the upperclassmen will, of last year's sectional loss.
As there's a 3 off the mark for Jackson Shake, the rebound, and it's going to be an offensive foul for Ike Chastain. And that is his first and the team's third. So Keto comes back in. As Keto with it. Chayton Howard, he gets fouled. And that's going to be on Chastain. And that is 3 fouls on Chastain already.
Not good for the tallest member on the Sullivan team. The only person who physically can play with Chayton Howard.
Now the officials trying to discussing who the foul was on. I think they originally had Chastain only with 1. Then he picked up those 2 quick, and he does have 3. So Jeff Moore has a decision to make. Chayton Howard at the line, the senior, hits that free throw.
Substitutions for the Arrows, number 14, Garner.
And Garner and Fig are going to come in. So Chastain will have to sit. Howard will have 1 more. He's got 4 points so far, makes it 5. 25 to 10, Mustangs. We have seen this in our 3 games we've covered them, Quinn. They come out and they start hitting and they start pressuring the ball and they start putting these teams away early. That's what they did to Cascade, and that's what they did to Cloverdale. Balcom goes to the basket to score. Jeff Moore has seen enough, and he wants a timeout as Sullivan is down 17. Here with 3:43 to go. And Jeff Moore calls a full timeout. As a reminder, this Smithville broadcast is brought to you in association with McCray & McCray, serving Monroe County since 1946. Give them a call at 812-336-4840. McCray & McCray, attorneys at law.
One of these teams looks like the 14th ranked school in 3A, and it's Edgewood tonight.
Yeah, Edgewood tonight coming off a loss against Indian Creek last week, 63 to 55. They're 3-1 at home. They are 2-0 against Class 3A teams, or they're 0-1 against a Class 3A team, my apologies. So this is a Sullivan, again, comes in off a win against Greencastle. 2-0 at the road. They beat South Knox to start the year 50-49, then won at Northview 70 to 56. We saw Northview last week against Bloomington North as But Sullivan has come in here and has ran into a buzzsaw so far with this Edgewood team. I think you're right. The varsity got the inspiration from that JV performance earlier tonight because they're trying to put Sullivan away early. As Steimel has it, poked away by Balcam, he gets it back. Steimel's gonna shoot, misses it. Rebound Fig. Another rebound partially blocked, and Fig gets the basket. His first two.
Basket by Fig.
As it's 27-12. Edgewood on top. Gets it to Keto. Keto to Balcam. He's going to fire a three that's way off the mark. Chased down by Fig. Here is Ty Drake. Shane Garner. Ben Pirtle is going to leave it a three wide open, no good. And Joe Keto has been a rebounding machine. Up ahead, Balcam, and gets fouled.
Well, you know, height isn't everything when it comes to rebounding. It's all about positioning yourself around the rim, knowing the best angles from where the ball is going to bounce off of it. It's actually geometry. Rebounding is actually geometry.
As Tate Balcam is at the line. What is it they say in baseball? Analytics? Analytics. I think that's what it can get played into any sport, analytics. So Tate Balcam at the line, 1 point a game, his first free throw attempts of the season, and he goes 1 for 2. He's had 5 points on the year coming into tonight.
Only 6 total fouls in the game, 5 for Sullivan, 1 for Edgewood.
Yeah, that's an that's a stat to keep an eye on. Chastain now already has 3 fouls for Sullivan. Edgewood, of course, is known for getting their big guys in foul trouble. We saw that a couple weeks ago with Dalton Dubois from Cascade, where he picked up 3 fouls in the first half and had to sit. You see the defense, Pirtle to Steimel. Steimel gets the basket and will go to the line.
Basket by Steimel is good. Personal foul number 2.
Foul is on Chayton Howard, his first and just the team's second. So that will send Sam Steimel to the line. 35 points coming into tonight, 7 points a game. Struggles at the line, 6 of 15 for 40%. He had 16 against North Putnam, that's his high. Sullivan, a 54% shooting free throw team, as Steimel misses the free throw. Now it's a foul. And that will be on Chayton Howard. That is 2 for Chayton. Team's third, and they're going to see Parker Harrington come in and Howard go to the bench. So Sullivan down by 14 here. Again, a fast first half. Minute 48 to go. We will have a halftime feature for you, so stay tuned. Quick game so far. Ty Drake. Guarded by Cowden. Gets it to Steimel. Drake. Back to Pirtle. Pirtle drives inside, leaves it for Fig. Fig gets the basket and will go to the line for the chance to complete the three-point play.
Basket by Fig is good. Personal foul number 4.
And this is basically a continuation of the previous possession, so this could be a 5-point possession.
As Fig does complete the three-point play, he's got 5 points. Coming into tonight, he's scored 63 points. He was 5 of 9 from the free throw line for 56%. Now a little bit of momentum shift here as Sullivan gets it back. And now Looks like Harrington and Steimel are going to have a little talking to with the official. Now Pirtle will inbound it. Going to throw it to Steimel. Guarded by Harrington. Steimel loses it, and it will be Edgewood ball. Steimel just lost it out of bounds.
Steimel was trying to draw the foul. That would look like what the ref was warning about. So there was a little bit of chippiness because Steimel actually pushed off of Harrington right at the inbound pass and then was trying to draw the foul on there. But excellent job by Harrington to just stay vertical and leave it up to the refs, and the refs read through it.
Yeah, the refs were right there. Brad Flynn right there to see that Harrington did not commit a foul as Keto drives to the basket and does not get the basket. Ty Drake with the board. There's Garner for three, and it's good for Shane Garner, his third three of the night, and Sullivan has cut this lead to 8.
Yeah, it's an 8-0 run right now for the Golden Arrows. Edgewood cannot let off the gas. They had an excellent first quarter, but they cannot act like it's a comfortable lead. There's no such thing as a comfortable lead in high school basketball.
No, there's not. And especially not with and no shot clock either. Always have to play with the sense of urgency. Taylor, Keto, Taylor. He is going to pull this back out, guarded by Drake. Set up for one play. Taylor, Cowden has to pick it up. 5 seconds, gets it to Keto. Keto gonna throw up a runner, off the mark, no good. And that will do it as Edgewood goes to the half, up 28-20. We look at the highlights. There is Joe Keto with his three. Again, it was a barrage of threes, 5 threes in fact for Edgewood. Bannister with the three. As you see Ty Drake faking Bannister out, his only 2 of the night. Trevor Taylor inside to Caleb Norris for the finish. And then Edgewood does what they do best, gets the steal, and Trevor Taylor takes it to the bucket. And then Kevin Figg gets himself to the line as we're at halftime. Edgewood 28, Sullivan 20 on Smithville TV. We welcome you back to the Mustang Corral halftime as Edgewood leads Sullivan 28-20. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball on Smithville TV. I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday. Quinn, Edgewood got outscored in that second quarter 12-9, the 4th time they've been outscored in the second quarter. But they're 4-1 when they lead at the half, and it's a balanced scoring for the Mustangs to lead the way.
Yeah, it has been a balanced scoring effort for the Mustangs tonight. 3 different players with 5 points: Chayton Howard, Cam Bannister, and Trevor Taylor. Now, the problem is that they have let Sullivan come back into this game. Sullivan ended that on a huge run, being down by as many as 14, have cut it to 8.
As they also have 4 points from Caleb Norris, 3 from Keto, Balcom, and Harrington. Shane Garner leads the way for Sullivan with 9. Ty Drake's been held to 2 points as Caleb Norris is going to get to go to the line. Kevin Figg has 5. Drake has 2. Sam Steimel and Ike Chastain have 2 apiece, and Chastain has now picked up his 4th foul. So Ike Chastain in foul trouble as Caleb Norris at the line for the Mustangs. Norris misses the free throw.
Substitution number 4, Pirtle.
And we're going to see Ben Pirtle come in, and Chastain is going to go out for a while.
Yeah, probably will not see him until the 4th quarter unless things get really out of hand. But it seems like Sullivan has kind of righted the ship from that very shaky first quarter.
Norris misses both free throws. And Ty Drake averages 18 a game, has been held to 2. Chastain and Figg are the other 2 guys that average double figures. And Chastain's been limited because of foul trouble, as that's a turnover by Sullivan. So Edgewood Has the ball, here's Bannister, breaks the pressure. Gets it to Taylor. Gets it to Keto. Howard in the corner for three, long, rebounded by Fig. Here's Pirtle, he's gonna push. Baseline against Keto and Taylor, and Pirtle gets his first 2 points of the night, and this lead is cut to 6.
Edgewood having a real hard time right now against Sullivan's defense, kind of like a full court trap at the moment.
Trevor Taylor left open, Garner late on that closeout, but there is Chayton Howard flying in for the offensive rebound.
Chayton Howard has been a little less active than he usually is in this game. Usually he makes a bigger statistical impact right there with a huge rebound, and now Keto going to the line.
And Chayton Howard just 5 points coming in tonight as Joe Keto gets fouled. That will be on Ben Pirtle, his first, team's second, and that's going to send Joe Keto to the line. Keto, the 5'7" junior, talked about him how he is a distributor, but he can also score when called upon. He had a big game against Greenwood Christian where he scored 27 points in an overtime victory. He also added 10 points against Bloomfield. He hits both free throws there. Keto coming into tonight, 8.7 points a game, 61 points on the season, 65% free throw shooter. So the lead is back to 8 for the Mustangs as Garner, guarded by Keto, to Pirtle. And now Taylor's going to get called for the foul. And that is 2 on Taylor, team's first. Again, Edgewood only had 4 fouls in that first half. Sullivan had 5. So a pretty clean game as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. You see the timeouts. Edgewood has all 5. Sullivan's got 4. Again, you see the pressure, how Sullivan's keeping it out on the perimeter. Steimel's going to fire a 3. No good. Rebound by Trevor Taylor. Up ahead, Caleb Norris. One-on-one with Steimel. Misses it. Taylor can't get it. Bounce around into the hands of Steimel. Stops his dribble. Now has to get it ahead to Garner. And now Pirtle going to drive inside baseline. Leave it for Steimel. Blocked by Norris. Norris gets it to Bannister. Bannister's got 7. And now J.B. Neal takes a 30-second timeout. Pretty animated as Coach Neal. Not sure what he's animated about, but he takes the timeout there anyway. So you see the Edgewood Mustangs. Quickly mention that both these teams are in the Wabash Valley Classic next week at Terre Haute North. They will play the day after Christmas. Action starts at 10 a.m. and will go till 10 o'clock that night. 8 games: Owen Valley, Rockville, Robinson, Illinois, South Vermilion, Northview, Casey, Westfield, Illinois. Sullivan will play Terre Haute North at 2:30. Then Edgewood will play West Vigo at 4. Shakamak, Terre Haute South, Linton, Stockton, Marshall, Illinois. Cloverdale, Riverton Park to close out the day. Goes from December 26th to the 29th. All day and all night. If you want your basketball fix, you can go to Terre Haute North to watch the Wabash Valley Classic. Been over there a couple times. It is a tremendous tournament. So Ty Drake with the ball. Still been quiet tonight. Just 2 points for a guy that averages 18 a game. Garner's going to fire a 3. It's no good. Keto gets the rebound and then gets fouled by Fig. So Fig picks up his second, and Joe Keto has been a rebounding machine.
I told you, it's all about geometry.
And he uses, his dad was a high school baseball player in Japan, and he uses the speed of baseball and the baseball drills that his dad teaches him in basketball. So, you know, Keto's a catcher in baseball, so he's got quick reactions to everything, and it's showing here on the basketball court.
Yeah, when you have to deal with 70, 80 mile an hour fastballs, you better have quick hands.
Absolutely. Older brother Mac and younger brother Sam play baseball as well. Inside Fig, no good. Norris with it. Here comes Keto. Gets it to Norris. To Keto. Going to drive past Pirtle. Way it up. No good. Rebound Fig. Garner brings it up. Drake now guarded by Bannister. Puts a shot up. Short. Rebounded by Parker Harrington. Trevor Taylor up ahead to Keto. Gets it to Bannister, wide open all the time in the world, and he drains it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not get behind the line, so only a 2, but still they have gotten it back up to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, Bannister was just inside the 3-point mark, but he's got 9 points. It is a total, it is balanced scoring tonight for Edgewood. Garner gonna fire, and he hits the 3 with Taylor in his face, and he gives Edgewood students a little look-see. 4 threes for Garner.
Garner has definitely been the offensive spark.
And then that is a travel on the Mustangs. Chayton Howard's gonna come back in. Sam Steimel's gonna come back in for Sullivan. Jackson Shake, number 40, into the game for the Golden Arrows as well. This lead is a 9 for Edgewood. Steimel guarded by Taylor. Gets it to Fig. Guarded by Harrington. Harrington doing a good job having his hands up. And it's another turnover, and it's Edgewood ball. So Keto will bring it up, approaching 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Keto tried, good job against Pirtle. Jeff Moore wanted to carry, he's not gonna get it. Bannister, and that's gonna be an offensive foul on Bannister.
Personal foul number 10, Bannister.
That was an excellent charge taken by Sullivan. Did also get caught a little bit with the hooking, like elbow hooking as well, so that was a good call.
That's going to be on Curtis Cowden's going to check back in, as that was first foul on Bannister. Game has slowed down a little bit. There's Drake. Yet to get going tonight, just 2 points so far. There's Pirtle. There's Drake. Gonna put up a jumper, and it's good for Ty Drake, and just his 4th point of the night.
I just saw Coach Neal react to that. He doesn't want Drake to get going because that's been one of the factors in Edgewood being ahead right now. If he gets going, this lead could disappear in a hurry.
Also, as you see, yeah, that's the biggest thing. They've limited Ty Drake so far. They've also limited Kevin Fig, and Ike Chastain has got 4 fouls. Those are the 3 guys that average double figures for Sullivan. Is Trevor Taylor to the bucket and 1. He's got 7.
Basket by Taylor is good. Personal foul number 4, Pirtle.
That's on Pirtle, his 2nd.
It was an excellent job of Taylor seeing that all he had to do was beat his man and that there was an open lane to the bucket. So nice little high dribble to the left and got able to accelerate past him and forced the defender to have to foul.
Taylor comes in tonight averaging 17 points a game. He gets that free throw to go. He has had 5 games in double figures. His best game, 25 against Cloverdale, 18 against Greenwood Christian, 14 against Cascade, 23 against Bloomfield, and 14 last week against Indian Creek.
Personal foul number 14, Taylor.
And then he commits the foul.
Substitution for Mustangs.
Taylor, and that's his
number
3rd.
34, Norris replacing Cowden.
So Norris comes in. Taylor's going to remain. Well, no, he's going to come out as Parker Harrington's going to check back in. But Taylor missed the opener against Bloomington South, and he had 8 points against Martinsville. But since that game against Cloverdale, he has really carried this Mustang team as a freshman.
Yeah, he has definitely been a big surprise as Drake hits another one. That's exactly what he was in for the exact same spot, so he's starting to get into a rhythm.
He's got 6, Ty Drake does. But Trevor Taylor has really picked up the scoring load. Chayton Howard's the second leading scorer on the team with 14. There is a jumper from Howard, no good, rebounded by Shake.
Well, you always wonder when you lose a big-time scorer like they did Cooper Bybee to graduation, who's going to fill in the scoring load. Obviously, some of the returning players points are going to go up a little bit, but there's still a little bit of a scoring void, and Taylor's kind of filled that void.
Yeah, Cooper Bybee graduated. He's playing now at Olney Central Junior College, Community College in Olney, Illinois. Having a good season over there. As Bannister in the lane gets fouled and will go to the line.
Personal foul, number 14, Garner.
That will be on Garner, will be his second. And now Cam Bannister at the line, the junior. He's got 9 points tonight. And he hits this free throw. He will go in double figures for the second time this season. He had 21 against Cloverdale. So Bannister in double figures for the second time this season. And he hits his free throws. And this lead is back up to 10. Just under 45 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. In a very fast-moving game tonight. This is the final game for both teams before the Christmas holiday. Both teams will play the day after Christmas over at Terre Haute North. There is Garner, guarded by Keto. Steimel. There is Drake. He's got 6, guarded by Bannister. Drake puts up the jumper, and it's good for Drake. He's got 8. Keto gonna fire up a prayer. It is no good. And we're gonna go to the fourth quarter with Edgewood up 39-31 on Smithville TV.
Come and see today's top new movies at the Tivoli in Spencer. The small town inviting atmosphere is matched only by the feel of this historic theatre. As well as being a great venue for movies and stage performances, prices for most showings are $5 for adults and $3 for children at concession prices that won't break the bank. There are even regular free movies sponsored by the community. So come on out to the Tivoli and enjoy a great time.
As we welcome you back to the Mustang Corral, both teams 11 points in that quarter, so the first time Edgewood has tied in the third quarter. They've outscored their opponent 3 times, been outscored 4 times. As you see the fouls 5-3 Sullivan. Interesting note, Quinn, when Edgewood leads after 3 quarters, as they do now, 4-0 when they trail 0-3. As I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday, a reminder that our next game will be Friday, January 5th, as Bloomington South plays at Bloomington North. That will be a dandy, and you know that's a game that is one of the near and dears to my heart as growing up here. That will be a very big game. South North is 2-5, won 2 straight. They beat Evansville North the other night. South 6-1. They're hosting their own tournament this weekend. They play Lowell tonight, who's 3-5, and then they got Marquette Catholic 2-4, and Evansville Harrison 5-1 tomorrow. So if you want to catch out more basketball, Bloomington South will be the place to be tomorrow for the holiday tournament. And then as we start the fourth quarter, that will be on Fig, his third.
And something to note at the end of the third quarter, Ty Drake, who had been held to 2 points until like 2 minutes left in the third quarter, has made 3 consecutive shots right now. All of the difficult mid-range variety as well, not any gimmies.
Yeah, he's come to life so far here in that third quarter. 6 straight points, as you mentioned. Nice pass from Taylor inside the banister.
So Edgewood's going to need to continue to do exactly that, because they cannot take their foot off the gas, because Sullivan is coming.
Yeah, this is a team that won't give up. These guys, I've watched Sullivan for several years, and Jeff Moore's team's always played hard. They play physical, and they play sound ball, and they will not go down without a fight. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Fig.
That's his fourth, I believe.
That's his fourth. And that is a problem because you've got Chastain and Fig with 4 fouls. Your big guys, you got Jackson Shake on the bench. Your big guys in foul trouble for Sullivan. That's not good for Jeff Moore's team. Chayton Howard with it.
Also, Edgewood is now in the bonus for the rest of the game.
In the bonus, the 1-and-1 right now, 17 foul on Sullivan. Howard, Keto, he thought about it. Now he's going to drive in between 2 Golden Arrows, lose the ball, gets it back, and gets it out to Trevor Taylor. Taylor slices to the basket, gets fouled.
To foul number 14, Garner.
That is on Garner, that's his third.
Taylor shoot 2.
As Edgewood is in the 1-and-1, and Trevor Taylor at the line. 8 points tonight for the freshman. Misses that free throw. He's got one more. As he hits that free throw, he's got 9. Lead is 11 for the Mustangs.
And Keto just pickpocketed Drake right there.
That is what Joe Keto does. A defensive pest, and he shows why right there.
Drake had just gotten a beautiful full court pass to him right in the corner, and then Keto just pickpocketed him.
There is Taylor, crossover, gets it into Bannister. Why Joe Keto is so, his vision is unreal. He puts the ball to the guys at the right place at the right time. There is Taylor. Gets it to Howard. Guarded by Steimel. And then it's going to be an offensive foul on Chayton Howard.
Personal foul, number 24, Howard.
Right call. Pirtle was literally standing in the same place for 4 seconds, so there was no doubt that he was definitely taking the charge.
That is his third. Now Ike Chastain getting ready to check in with those 4 fouls. Jeff Moore's bench very limited tonight. He only goes 7 deep. There is Steimel guarded by Keto, and he forces Steimel out of bounds, and it'll be Edgewood ball.
That's another thing. You see Keto, and you think that you could just bulldoze him over, but he doesn't let you.
No, he's a guy that one-on-one, he is hard. When he's in front of you, you cannot, he's going to get his way every time. If you can back him down and get to the basket like some of the big schools have, he's a defensive liability, but he shows it on the defensive end why he is, I call him a defensive pest every time. I mean, he's a very sound ball player. For 5'7". There is Pirtle, and he tries to leave it for Chastain. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Edgewood ball, and Jeff Moore has seen enough and wants a full timeout. So a full timeout for Jeff Moore here with 4:49 to go. As we want to take a minute to thank our crew, the hardworking women and men behind the scenes. We've got Annette Bruner, Skylar Ernest and Saren Schultwalter on the cameras. We got Nadir Noon and Rob Ramsey running things, technical directing and replays, and you and I up here. We also want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is our final broadcast for 2017, and we'll be back in 2018 and got a lot of good games to look forward to. We got North and South in 2 weeks. Some more games coming down the road, and it's going to be a very exciting year as we turn the calendar from 2017 to 2018.
Yeah, 2017 has definitely been a lot of fun, especially on the basketball side. We've had a lot of really good, not just this year, but also last season as well. We had some really good basketball games, and we had some good football as well. In 2015, we didn't have the best football. 2016, yeah, we didn't have the best football, so it was nice. 2017 was definitely a bounce back year for the football, not only for the teams but also for our coverage as well.
Absolutely, as we thank everybody for our crew for everything they do, as we've got a foul.
Personal foul, 3.
On
Norris to shoot 1-1.
On Ty Drake. That's his first, and Caleb Norris at the line. The senior misses that free throw. He struggled tonight, 0-3 from the free throw line.
Substitution number 42, Chastain.
Chastain coming back in. Fig going out.
Replaces Fig.
As 11-point lead for Edgewood.
Get a stop, White. Get a stop, White.
Pirtle. Drake. You know on offense right now that the ball is probably going to Ty Drake to get Edgewood back, or get Sullivan back in this game. There's Pirtle. In the lane, wide open shot, no good. And Chastain there to clean it up. His 4th point of the night. Lead is 9. Here comes that pressure from Sullivan. Again, Jeff Moore's team will not go down without a fight. These two teams could possibly meet 2 more times in that Wabash Valley Classic in a consolation or championship round game down the road. And they also could meet in the Western Indiana Conference crossover in January. Sullivan in the West Division, Edgewood in the East. Edgewood is 2-1 in the East. Golden Arrows, I'm going to say 2-0 in the West. 3-0 in the West. They've beaten Northview, North Putnam, and Greencastle. So there's a possibility that they can still meet as Drake gets his 2nd foul. And now Edgewood going to shoot 2 shots from here on out. As you see the fouls, 10-4. And 4 timeouts left for Edgewood, 3 left for Sullivan. As Norris continues to struggle, 0-4 from the line. Shake is going to check back in for Sullivan. Pirtle going out. Parker Harrington's going to check in. Or I think he's going to check in for Norris here after this free throw. He will. He'll check in for Caleb after this free throw. Norris's free throw, no good. 0 of 5 for Caleb Norris.
And it's not like he's been missing badly. Like on that one right there, that one just had an unlucky bounce out of the rim.
Yeah, not a good play for Caleb Norris. Just struggling at the free throw line. Lead is 9. Again, you don't seem to see a sense of real, if Garner fires a 3, it's off the mark, but it seems like Sullivan is still just kind of in their offense, looking for the good shot, not really kind of picking up the pace down here by 9. Taylor gets a kind of a shove from Shake, and now it's going to be a technical on Trevor Taylor. And he has a right to complain there because that was a
Number 14,
He got a shove from Jackson Shake. They did not call it. But that technical counts as a personal, so that is 4 on Trevor Taylor. So the technical is a personal, and Ty Drake gonna shoot the technical free throws. He hits the first one, and he makes the second one. So those are 10 points for Drake. Harrington comes in as Norris goes out. Fig comes in, Shake goes out for Sullivan. Now Curtis Cowden's going to come in and Taylor's going to sit. And a good job by J.B. Neal. Again, we've seen this with Trevor Taylor before, where he gets upset and Coach Neal pulls him to get him calmed down and get his head right, get his head right to get him back in the game here in a few minutes. So a very smart coaching move by J.B. Neal to get Taylor out of the game right now after picking up that technical. Ty Drake. He's got 10. Puts up a shot, no good. Offensive board to Drake. Nice pass, leaves it for Fig. Fig gets fouled, will go to the line.
This is starting to get a little bit into the danger zone for Edgewood, as if he's able to make these two here, it's a 2-possession game. He makes at least one, it's a 2-possession game.
And he does make the first one, so it is a 2-possession game. As Taylor comes back in, Cowden goes out. So again, a good move by J.B. Neal as Fig hits both. He's got 8 tonight, or he's got 7, and this lead is now 5. Now you've got to put pressure on Edgewood. There's Joe Quito blowing past Drake. Misses the shot, and there's the board for Garner. Leaves it for Garner for Steimel. To Pirtle. You've got just over a minute and a half. If you're Sullivan, you've got to speed up a little bit. Drake, baseline, partially blocked into the hands of Bannister, no good. Bannister gets it to Quito, to Howard. Again, Edgewood in the double bonus, so it's 2 shots from here on out if Sullivan commits a foul. And now there is Ty Drake's foul. That will be 3 on Drake.
Harrington to shoot 2.
Parker Harrington going to go to the line. Parker Harrington, the sophomore, son of JV coach Jeff Harrington, comes into the night averaging 2.4 a game. Has had 17 points on the season coming into tonight and misses that free throw. Just his 5th free throw attempt of the year, just 2 of 4 coming into tonight. So 1 more for Harrington. As you see the Sullivan cheerleaders in the background trying to distract Harrington. Not that time, as Harrington gets the free throw. 43-37, lead is 6. Sullivan's going to have to start jacking up shots. Steimel puts it up, in and out, under a minute to go. Quito with the board, he's fouled. And that is the foul 4 on Shane Garner. Joe Quito at the line.
And that was an excellent look that was just very unfortunate bounce out to the rim.
Yeah, the iron's been unkind for Sullivan, that's for sure. A lot of shots not falling for him as Joe Quito hits the free throw.
Very crucial one to push it to a 3-possession game.
Joe Quito, there's so many things he does, and one thing that he has done really well tonight is rebounding. He misses that free throw. Bannister the offensive board. Trevor Taylor has it.
And
it's going to be fouled by Ben Pirtle.
and his reflex was to shoot it, but that was excellent restraint by him.
So Taylor back at the line. 9 points for Trevor Taylor. And this would be, and it is, the 6th time he goes in double figures in 7 games. Again, he missed the opening game with Bloomington South due to injury. Had 8 against Martinsville, and he's rattled off 6 straight games of double figures for the freshman. Lead is 9. Trevor Taylor with the steal. Drake with the foul. And this is going to do it for Edgewood.
Taylor shooting 2.
They're able to get it down to 5. I mean, still not over yet. Still probably need to hit these 2 free throws to really put it on ice. But they got it down to 5 and just the unkind bounce out of the rim.
Yeah, one of those games where they got down early, fought hard to come back, and it just isn't enough. Every time you know, kind of just like the Edgewood against Indian Creek last week where you just couldn't get over the hump. And the same with Sullivan as Taylor hits both free throws. Lead is now 11, and Sullivan is going to go down for the first time this year. 5-1. They got a tough one the next week against Terre Haute North in the Wabash Valley Classic as Drake scores and Jeff Moore wants a timeout.
It is a full timeout.
That'll be a full timeout. 27.1 left here for Jeff Moore. As you see, the Edgewood Mustangs will go into the Christmas break with a 5-3 record, as they again will play West Vigo at 4 o'clock on Tuesday against the Edgewood Mustangs. So as we're about to wrap this game up here, Quinn, your thoughts on Edgewood's performance? We've seen a lot of guys with balanced scoring tonight. Cam Bannister, Trevor Taylor, Joe Quito's rebounding, Chayton Howard as well. So just an overall strong performance by the Edgewood Mustangs.
Yeah, it's hard to pick an individual player. I guess the Quito's rebounding has probably been the most impressive because he's had at least 6 or 7 rebounds in this game, and they've come in clutch times as well. But also, I want to give a big shout out to Taylor as well, hitting down some big 3 throws here late in the game.
Yeah, Trevor Taylor, the freshman, actually here in the 4th quarter, Quinn, 5 of 7 from the line, 6 of 8 for the game. So he's been really good again at the freshman sensation, as you call him, although he loses it there. He doesn't agree with that. He's looking at his coach, and Coach Neal's telling him to cool it. You've already gotten a technical, so gets him to walk away from it. As there's the pressure. Sullivan about to go down for the first time. A lot of contact, no call into the hands of Harrington. And now Parker Harrington's going to dribble this out, and they're going to get into the front court, and that is going to be it. Edgewood is going to win. Sullivan's going down for the first time. Your final score, 48-39. So as you look at the highlights, just a total team effort as Norris gets it ahead to Bannister. Bannister in double figures for the 2nd time in this season. Hits the 3 there. Shane Garner, 4 threes for Sullivan. Trevor Taylor, the freshman, does what he does, gets to the basket, gets 3s, hits free throws. Ty Drake limited tonight, just 12 points, averages 18. Just a all-around team effort as your final score. Edgewood 48, Sullivan 39. For all the hardworking women and men behind the scenes, for my partner Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all, and good night from Ellettsville.